Greetings, traveler. I know it may be tempting not to heed warnings telling you to turn back now, but this one you might want to pay attention to if you're sensitive towards sexual content or foul language in a podcast. We will be swearing during this episode, and we will be talking about some not so PG 13 things. So, this is your one and only chance to turn back now. Please enjoy the show.
Don't know what the bilby is. I do not know what a bilby is, unironically.
I do not
we're
know what a
sticking with
bilby is.
we're sticking with a bit because I don't want to explain it to you until the bit's done.
God damn it.
See, this is the problem with the generation younger than us, Jordan, the one that's 1 or 2 years older than us.
Younger, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Damn it, TJ.
They don't know what a bilby is anymore.
Yeah, it's just sad.
I don't know what a bilby is,
See?
and I asked you guys. I
Levi.
asked you what a bilby was, and you still haven't informed me. You're just saying that I don't know what it is.
Come on, Levi, come on. You know what a bilby is. Come on.
I asked nicely, and you're just like sitting here acting like I should know what it is, but I've already stated multiple times I don't and informed you of my ignorance, but you are still keeping me in the dark.
Come on,
When
the bit's
I
up.
was
You
a
know what
kid-
it is.
I don't know what a bilby is.
When I was a kid, everybody knew what the bilby was. The Easter bilby.
The
Everyone
Easter
knows
bilby.
The Easter bilby.
What?
The Easter bilby. But now they don't even make them anymore.
Yeah, they went out of production. They were chocolate, and they're
This
like
is a product?
Used to be.
it's
Before your generation.
God damn it, Levi.
I was thinking that this was some kind of creature
It is.
from,
Well,
the,
it is.
from the name Bilby.
It is.
But it's a product that is bought
Yeah.
and sold.
the Easter
Yeah.
bilby.
The Easter bilby. Chocolate
Is
Easter
this some
bilby.
kind of weird like spin-off Easter bunny thing?
If you consider the country and animals of Australia to be a spin-off, yeah.
Well then yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's an Australian animal. Okay, this is making more sense. This is making more sense why it's called a bilby now.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
And that's the opener bit.
There we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not gonna want to hear what we're about to have to say. I'm Pertusik.
I'm Levi.
And I'm Jordan.
Now I gotta look it up.
Yeah, in actuality, I looked it up because I was looking for mascots, and a bilby is like a little marsupial. It kind of looks like a rat from Australia, but it's going extinct. And so Australia tried to do this initiative where they were like, we're going to make chocolate Easter bilbies and donate some of the proceeds from that to preserving them. But then people stopped buying them, so now they're out of production.
It's so cute though.
It's really cute.
Oh
a bilby's
my
really
God.
cute.
Yeah,
That's
it kinda
fucking
looks
adorable. It looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a mouse with rabbit ears.
Yeah. So it's a shame that they're going extinct.
It's so cute. I
That they're
want
not
one.
even making the
Oh
things
my
they
god.
want.
And Google Images, like the first row of pictures has chocolate bilbies.
Yeah.
Easter bilby.
They're a little bit disturbing in chocolate form.
Yeah,
Not gonna
no,
lie.
that looks like a medieval painting for sure.
It does. It looks like somebody looked at a cat and a rabbit and was like, "Oh, that's the thing."
A cabot.
Cabot. I have
Well,
a stuffed cabot.
we just talked about this, so let's do it before we forget to. Produce it.
Yeah.
Roll the intro.
Oh, hey everybody.
Wait, no, we're gonna do it after.
After.
We're gonna do it
Okay.
after because I'm gonna insert it into the theme music.
All right.
Okay, I just thought that we could just say it for this episode and we would do that later. But never mind, you don't get
Wait,
it.
yeah, well, because
You
Yeah.
don't get
this
it. We hate you.
this is coming
No, we
after the
don't.
rebrand. So
Those of you listening right now.
Oh,
you don't-
we got to rebrand that too now. We don't hate them anymore.
Oh yeah.
We can't hate them to death
That's
anymore.
true, we
Or
don't
love
hate
them to
them to
death.
death.
We just have to have a lukewarm appreciation.
I don't even know if that's brand safe or not. We might have to just acknowledge them.
A indifferent acknowledgement.
Yeah, visual watchers and audio listeners, we indifferently acknowledge you to death or unlife.
you guys realize that this episode came out like way after the rebrand happened, right?
Dude, I don't even know if I have a brain anymore, so I can't keep up.
I think we lost that after the April Fool's episode. I think
True.
are we actually alive, or did we like talk ourselves to death in that episode and we're in some kind of purgatorious hellscape?
Wait, we
that
did.
We're all
We did an April Fool's episode.
God damn it.
If we did, I don't remember.
I don't either.
They must have repressed it, guys. They must have repressed it back in their memories. It was pretty horrible.
But now we're here at Easter, and we are filming an Easter episode.
The Easter Fools episode.
That's not a holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Easter
no, I was
Fools.
just pointing out the people that are stupid on the day of Easter. They're called the Easter
Oh.
Fools.
Oh, I
Taryn.
thought that was us. Oh.
Well, no, I didn't say we weren't included.
Yeah!
We get a day, guys. We made it. We have a holiday.
We get a day. Maybe we shouldn't pick Easter. Because it
Is
does
there anything
have...
else important happening on that
true.
day?
This is
that
how we
Mr.
get canceled.
Bilby?
Oh man.
Who's gonna tell on us? The Bilbies? Like they're even alive anymore.
No,
I feel bad. I want the Bilbies alive.
you should feel bad.
I like the Bilby.
They're so cute. They're blue.
Yeah. But yeah, here for Easter. Those of you that were listening, watching, you don't get our intro, but you also do get the intro, but not the intro I was gonna say. You get a different intro that I will say later.
No, it's the same intro. I'm just putting it in a different place.
So are we time traveling or not? I don't.
I hate this.
Editing Jordan is about to go on strike.
But yeah, we're a D&D podcast. We're here for Easter. I figured let's try and D&Dify some great holiday mascots.
We already
boy.
have Tuesday-Miss.
Yeah, that's
Well,
me.
I suppose right off the cuff, that makes me think of me like, I know I have one holiday mascot that I put into one of my worlds because I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Fantasy Christmas.
I have Nicholas Klaus, who is an archdruid in the Vivia universe, and he's the only one I've got. But yeah, he's archdruid because the whole taming animals thing, and arch because he's got to probably be pretty magically powerful if he wants to get around everywhere as fast as he can. So just high level
Yeah.
high level magic user who he's just Santa Claus. He's just Santa Claus. That's all he is. He's just Santa Claus.
Like we go like, oh, Santa's got his elves in his workshop is like his thing, and they're like pictures pretty much like almost like gnomes really from what we know, like D&D lore.
Well, I don't want to start a tangent. I was gonna say Santa's elves technically are more representative of like mythological elves before Tolkien, because
Keebler elves.
Yeah, elves before Tolkien were not like the tall, graceful, perfect human. They were like gremlins.
You had the
They
ones
were
that made the shoes and the ones that
Yeah.
bake cookies in
Yeah,
houses.
because that's what they were like in Norse mythology, which is where elves come from in the first place. They were little, well, not little, but they were like shorter than humans and pretty much like goblins.
According to Gygax, elves are still shorter than humans, but nobody abides by that rule because it's stupid.
Yeah. I just like, we kind of got like, oh, Santa's got his elves in his elf workshop, and it's like pretty close to, at least indentured servitude. We don't know how happy they are.
It's a sweatshop.
Or their work condition. Yeah. But
I don't think they get paid.
I think that it's kind of concerning that he only feeds them candy canes, eggnog, and cookies.
Yeah.
Like that can't be conducive to productive workflow. It's kind of like the movie star diet from the like Golden Age of Hollywood, where they had Judy Garland that only ate chicken soup, black coffee, and cigarettes.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe for elves, maybe that's just like their thing. Those elves are like, that's their sustenance, provides them with more energy than
They really
than
are
any
just
other food
gremlins
could.
then.
Yeah.
Chicken soup, black coffee, and cigarettes?
Yeah, which I don't know why they eat the cigarettes, but I guess it's got that sweet tobacco flavor.
It's the nicotine. It's
Yeah.
the nicotine.
But then
Directly into the system.
just imagine Santa D&D world where he's got elves and his elf workshop, but instead of being these little tiny critters that run around with their, happy outfits and stuff, you have these tall, long-haired elves that are using magic to do stuff. It gets a lot more questionable in several ways. Like, who's Mrs.
You don't
Claus?
understand. You have to wear this red and green pajama suit as your uniform to work.
I don't want to wear the tights. I
It's
really don't
not
want to wear the tights.
Weird. It's the uniform.
I'm hundreds of years old.
Put it on.
The jingle bells. You're serious about the jingle bells?
It's our theme.
Oh,
It's your character.
that would completely explain why Santa Claus would be able to get around so fast is because he's just got an army of elves casting different spells on him
No,
that make him go fast.
my theory is that Santa secretly put a teleportation circle under every house, and that's
Oh, there you go.
around.
That's a little concerning.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I never go in my crawl space.
Oh, I thought that was because of the. Never mind.
This house doesn't have a basement. How did you get underneath it? I have my ways.
Yeah, I think. If he were a class, he could be a druid.
He could be a druid. I just did druid because I figured that would make the reindeer the easiest thing to
Yeah.
be explained with.
He could also
Or-
be
Artificer.
an artificer. That's what I
Druid
was
artificer.
thinking.
Yeah.
What if there are no reindeer and they're all just machines he built?
Mechanical reindeer.
Yes, everyone is chill until Mecha Rudolph's nose starts glowing.
Mecha Rudolph breathes fire. That's why the nose glows.
What was that?
What was the
You guys
reindeer
haven't
made?
seen that meme?
No.
It's some guy, I don't know what nationality he is, but he's like in his car and he's looking outside the car and he's like, look, Optimus Prime. Like,
Oh,
I'm not.
I still haven't seen it, but I understand what the guy was trying to do now.
yeah, it was a kind of old now. It's been a couple months since that was in its height. But yeah, that's Mecha Rudolph's noise too now.
So you can hear him coming.
Yeah,
Damn it.
if you hear that, it's too late. And somehow, as it always happens, Santa's turned into an eldritch horror again.
God damn it, not again. This is like
Well,
what, the
this one's
seventh
not
time?
really eldritch. This one is more man-made horrors beyond
True.
my comprehension. Because
No,
Yeah.
we could make it worse.
constructed horrors, not
Yeah,
already existed.
Santa is a
That's when Santa's the warlock, but I don't know if that would really fit for Santa.
Yeah.
Imagine
What if-
Santa Claus being your warlock patron.
That's what I was thinking. What would you even call that? So like they're all like the archfey, the fiend.
I'm
what would that
pretty sure
be?
Critical Role did in fact do that once.
The Kris Kringle.
Yeah, because
Yes,
the
because
Christmas
one of their
episode,
guests was a warlock and Santa was their patron. And then Chutney killed Santa.
Travis
Yeah.
killed Santa Claus.
Either that or they were a cleric and Santa was the source of their divine magic.
It's still
Hmm.
questionable.
It's
just-
same rough premise, same rough
Well,
idea.
What if that's all patron, like just the holiday mascot, and you can have any festivity? Your Eldritch Blast is just like streamers now, party
All right.
popper.
Fuck it, I'm changing my character for Vivia 3. Levi, I want my warlock patron to be the Tooth Fairy.
No. Eldritch Blast, giant tooth.
Wait, force damage, large tooth
Three
to the
giant
face.
teeth.
Yeah,
Runs out. I'm gonna be a warlock of the Tooth Fairy. That's yep.
we have an army. What do you have? We have red.
All the teeth.
Yeah.
I think everyone would just surrender out of fear. That
That's
you're
the
launching
point.
giant teeth at them at that point. Until
they're
you
not
can find
giant.
someone who can out crazy that.
They're like bullets.
Until you can find someone who can out crazy that.
Tooth warlock.
There will probably be no one who's like, okay, I want to fight these people. Yes. What's that?
mean,
They can
I don't-
shoot teeth at you. We are not fighting them.
I don't think that we would have to shoot the teeth. Just like somehow the imagery of somebody
Mhm.
just throwing a handful of teeth, like loose teeth in your face.
Like ball bearings,
It's
dude. Like
concerning.
sha, pocket teeth. Sha.
Where did you get the teeth from? What?
Actually, in that case, wait. Okay, no, I'm keeping my Vivia 3 character. Ren's just gonna have
No! No! Don't say that! Not with this context! Because that means you're getting the teeth from somewhere! Ugh!
yeah. You're
Caiaphas
a
is
mobster.
providing
What
them.
do you think we do?
Just pop out Caiaphas's teeth and then cast mending on him.
Actually,
You're just gonna be slowly pulling the jaw metal of Caiaphas up and down to replace teeth.
This might be a editing Jordan
You're gonna
moment,
get
but
stretch marks on your jaws.
Caiaphas slowly turning British.
what?
Because British people have horrible teeth.
He who dental care joke.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. But yeah,
other than
Ren's
that-
just gonna throw pocket teeth for campaign 3. Get ready for that.
Great. Well, you didn't specify you had them before now, so you're gonna have to get them.
I am aware.
Okay, just making sure.
I have a plan.
If we proceed with Santa as an artificer,
Mm-hmm.
how'd he get them elves? I don't want to say that they seem happy, or else I feel like we would have caught an escaped one by now.
I think it's a Wookiee life debt situation. In Star Wars, they have the Wookiee life debt, which is like if you save a Wookiee's life, they will repay you by serving you for the rest of your life. Like I think it's like that.
Me so we lick you, boss?
But he creates the circumstances under which they're about to die and then saves them in order to get free labor.
Manipulative Santa.
By manipulating them into thinking that he saved them from something unrelated to him.
I was going to say just a bunch of homunculi.
That's true, because he's an artificer.
Yeah.
Whoops. He calls them elves, and maybe they look like elves, but...
Yeah, that would explain the stark difference.
Have you guys seen the homunculi picture, like, for D&D?
Mm-mm.
Not for D&D.
I'm gonna send the picture to the chat because I'm just imagining like some like a party finds Santa and Santa's like, oh, okay, come to my workshop. My elves will help you. And he says elves, so you assume
expecting elves.
It's gonna be elves, and then you get this if I can find it. How do you spell homunculi? That's how you spell homunculi.
Well, I mean, the singular is homunculus. You'd probably have more luck with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see a bunch of these working in his workshop.
Where'd you say you're sending it?
I'm sending it to our messenger.
Okay. While you're doing that, I also want to bring up what we're talking about homunculi. I recently learned about in the brain. Oh, gosh. Look at that homunculus.
I love it. I really want to put a Jingle Bell hat on it.
These are my elves.
I think it's better if you think of those in the red and green tights and the pointy shoes.
True.
I approve. I approve.
Also, the fact that homunculus knows everything its creator knows, it has a shared mind with its creator.
That's why they're so good with the tools. Oh my gosh. It's so perfect. Weird. But I do love the idea that Santa just has never met a real elf, so he calls these his little elves.
Oh, and they are tiny. They are tiny sized.
It's all coming together.
So they're actually like the size of, I don't even know, because they're small. They're small. They're like the size of a cat.
That's adorable.
I won't bring it up here, but I will say after we're done recording tonight, we're gonna look up the sensory homunculus. If anybody at home wants to hear about something really stupid and silly looking, look up the sensory homunculus. I'll leave you to it. But for now, we're talking about holidays and Easter. We've been talking about Santa all of Easter so far. So let's talk about the holiday mascot for Easter. Yeah.
The Easter Bilby.
The Easter Bilby.
The Easter kangaroo.
Not until that one goes extinct.
Okay, we're doing extinct ones. The Easter dodo.
There we go.
Easter emu. See, I would expect Easter emu to come out of Australia. Okay, but they lost a war to them.
Kiwi.
Yeah.
That's how you pay your penance to the emu overlords, is you name the holiday mascot after them.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Before this year, the Easter bunny as a D&D build was not fully possible. But now we have the Herringon, or however you pronounce that race.
Actual,
yeah,
it's Herringon. I'm pretty sure.
Herringon. Right. Yeah, so now we can make a bunny person. But the thing is, what is the Easter bunny as a class? The race has been decided pretty easily now.
Well, let's see. With the Easter bunny,
he leaves little eggs for people to find.
Sneaks around and hides eggs everywhere for people to find that are filled with little treats and goodies.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to necessarily be candy. It can also be like small toys. Sometimes even money.
Yeah.
So he's generous, but he sneaks around. Eggs. He sneaks around.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's some kind of rogue multi-class.
I was thinking
the sneaky part.
I was thinking he was a ranger, and your lawn is his preferred landscape or whatever it's called, his favorite terrain.
Just yards. Suburban lawns are his favorite place.
He lays the traps, quote unquote, like a ranger would, like he's trapping his prey. But instead of hunting,
say that about
no, wait. No. Instead of actually trapping the children, he just gives them goodies that aren't even bad goodies.
more nefarious if you put it in that context. It's the same thing as don't take candy from strangers in vans.
I don't know what he
Candy from
drives,
Easter Bunny.
but
He doesn't drive anything. He's a ranger, which means he has some kind of animal companion.
that's true.
That has weird implications.
It's just a horde of rabbits that he rides on like a wave.
I feel like that's cannibalism.
He's
I
not
don't know,
eating them.
man. That's
You're the
that's,
one who
what
just
you-
implied he's eating them.
That's
I
what
never
you
said he
said.
was eating them.
that's a whole nother can of worms that people talk about online right now is D&D cannibalism. What happens if a tabaxi like eats a feline descended creature, or a lizard folk eats a lizard creature?
Well,
I
I'm
hate
gonna say the
Reddit.
same thing that happens if a human eats like a chimpanzee.
Do
What
people
happens?
eat
I don't know.
chimpanzees?
I'm sure some people.
What? So yeah, actually, in like Asia and Africa, there like a lot of people eat monkey.
Oh,
I should know
It's
that because
not,
it's a line and
honestly,
clue.
Like it's not that bad for you, but it's like a lot easier to transmit diseases between monkeys and
I
humans because
thought
we're
so.
so closely related. So it's
yeah.
dangerous if you are concerned about getting a disease.
Same thing
Nice.
for actual cannibalism.
Yes.
That's a whole can of worms for the cannibalism episode coming
No, it's
soon.
cannibalism. It's not a can of worms.
Uh,
It's canned meat.
It's a it's a cannibalism.
Silent Green.
Exactly. Spam. So
Oh,
so what do we think? Easter Bunny, Ranger, Rogue Ranger,
I would
yeah,
go Rogue
agree.
Ranger.
I agree with Rogue Ranger.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Rogue Ranger.
The Rogue Ranger or the Ranger.
Yeah.
Ranger.
What would that be? What's that spell? What's that spell where you just like leave a little loop for someone to fall into? The Himiko spell?
Oh, I
Rope
know. what
trick?
you're talking-
Question
rope-
mark?
No, I think it's
It's not rope
something.
trick.
It's like something snare. I think.
I think it might just be
Oh.
snare.
I think it's snare, where you just trap somebody and get them stuck, which is weird that it's a spell when you think about it, because it is also just tying a rope.
Yeah.
I think, unless I'm
Well,
mistaken.
it as a spell, you cast rope, and when you finish, it disappears and
Oh,
becomes
so it's
a magic trap.
magical.
It's nearly invisible, requiring
the
an
eggs.
investigation check. It triggers small, medium, or large creatures.
Why do we not use that more?
Well, when you haven't had like a well, he could have gotten it as a wizard. But it's a druid, ranger, wizard, artificer spell.
Mm.
So he
one
could
of the
also
classes,
get it
right.
again in Vivia 3 if he wants.
Yeah.
But the creature is restrained there until the spell ends.
What's the duration?
8 hours.
I thought so. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
It,
what-
'cause
it
we
can
left-
also make a dex saving throw, but
I
if
think
it fails,
that's how
it's stuck
Jameis
there
ended up
forever.
stuck there after night,
Yeah.
like the entire night. Yeah.
if it doesn't find the trap with the investigation check and then triggers it and then fails the dex saving throw, it's stuck there for 8 hours. It can make a dex saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect of itself on a success. Alternatively, the creature or someone else who can reach it can use an action to make an arcana check against the spell DC. On a success, the restrained effect ends. And after the trap is triggered, the spell ends when no creature is restrained by it.
I'm thinking that this is like an alternate snare that's just called like egg the spell.
Like fish, it's a
Egg.
sequel to fish.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. It's just like snare, but there's
Egg.
no harmful effects. Egg. That's all it is. Oh, I was out of frame. I
So then wait,
egg.
how is it like snare if it's nothing like snare?
It's,
Well,
it's
it
snare, but
triggers
no
when
snare.
something it's snare, but not a trap. It's not bad. It's like almost invisible egg, and then it triggers when you get close to it and reveals itself.
Okay, that
And
makes
then you're
sense.
like, oh, whoa, I found an Easter egg.
And that's the somatic components for the spell is the Easter Bunny painting.
Egg.
No, not
Egg.
egg.
Just imagine him going around an entire yard.
Egg.
I guess that'd be the
Every time
material component.
Egg. Egg.
Egg. That's why people preferred the Easter Bilby, who instead was just like a normal guy.
Just a guy named Bilby.
Yeah, he had a lot of eggs in his basket. He was like, I'm not going to set these out like a weirdo and say egg. They're just chocolate. Come take one.
Why did I think, oh yeah, the bilby would be an Aarakocra when a bilby is not a bird? I think I was thinking of a kiwi.
Oh, okay.
I think I was thinking of kiwi.
Well, got the lines a little crossed there.
Bilby,
Yeah.
Kiwi, they sound similar enough,
Yeah.
I
I'm
think.
pretty sure that a Bilby would be a Skaven. which D&D legally cannot have yet.
Or
Yeah.
hear me out, Easter platypus.
I don't know
Because
what
it's
to
an
do about
egg-laying
that.
mammal.
It is, but it makes me feel uncomfortable if I touched its egg. Too close to mine own, you know what I mean?
What?
Mammal.
Yeah.
We mammal, it mammal.
I feel like there are a lot of steps between us and platypi.
Less than between us and like lizards.
Especially the one that's right beside you right now. There's almost no steps between you and it.
That was supposed to sound threatening, but I would be thrilled if I saw a platypus right
Me
now.
too.
Hey,
yeah,
platypus are
yeah.
actually pretty dangerous though. They're poisonous.
They are
poisonous.
No,
yeah.
they're venomous.
No, they're venomous. They're
Yeah,
venomous.
yes,
not
correct.
poisonous.
Yeah. Shout out to that one singular image that taught everybody the difference. So next up on the chopping block, we decided Santa is an artificer.
Yep.
Easter Bunny is a rogue ranger, one of the like between or both, or just ranger, depending on your definition of your lawn as a favorite terrain. What about Uncle Sam? I know you didn't think that'd be the next one.
I
Go. That's
did
the
not.
next one. That's
Uncle
the next
Sam
one.
is a
I'm gonna go fighter or
yeah. He's
bard.
a fighter. He's
Or
a fighter that
bard.
has the tavern brawler. Because I imagine Uncle Sam fighting with his fists.
I'm going bard.
I think he's a paladin.
Okay. Wait.
I
Oh no, I could see that.
think he's an
I could
Oath of
see
the
that.
Crown paladin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could see that.
What are you
Why-
thinking, Jordan?
Yeah, why bard? I
See,
want to know why you
because
think
I was
bard.
thinking of like the posters, the like we want you like the charisma that it would take to convince people to enlist.
Mhm.
That to me says bard. And
That's
also like
true.
the USO shows that are like famous around that time. That's
Yeah.
what made me think of that. I was mostly thinking of Captain America.
I was also thinking the charisma, which is why I went with paladin, because they're the charisma caster. Doesn't wear a lot of armor though. What if he's a sorcerer? What if he's what's that one? The Fey sorcerer. I forget what it is. Is it Fey Wanderer sorcerer?
Maybe.
No, that's the ranger subclass.
Uncle Sam
Yeah.
is you're saying right now Uncle
Yeah.
Sam is a let me find it.
I just thought of the most horrible joke. He would be a fake because you give him your name and then you have to do whatever he says.
There you go.
There is no Fey sorcerer subclass.
There isn't. I'm just stupid.
thought there
No.
was.
It's aberration, construct, celestial, draconic, shadow, storm, and wild.
Maybe it's something that we've seen on B&B Beyond.
Maybe he's a warlock then. Get that charisma. He serves the Archfey, which is obviously Congress, and he's
I really
wearing-
think if that's the case that he would be serving the fiend.
oh. But look at his costume. That's the only thing that keeps me from calling him a paladin for sure.
Or
See,
the undying.
That's the other thing that makes me think he's a bard because Uncle Sam is like the mascot. He doesn't do the fighting. He's the morale dude.
If Uncle Sam was a bard, then why is he giving soldiers free college if he went to one?
It's a pyramid scheme.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the College of Creation because of the big like booming industry after the war. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh!
Uncle Sam is a bard.
I think Jordan's right,
Interesting.
Levi.
Interesting.
What?
I mean, just this logic.
Think about it.
Well, I know because I didn't think when we were saying first of all, I didn't expect Uncle Sam. Second of all, I was thinking more along the lines of like the caricatures that I've seen in my field, but I wasn't thinking like the overall conceptualizing Uncle Sam as in like the analogy for the United States, which is what we kind of went to. I was thinking more of like Uncle Sam being a person like who's in the caricatures and how he acts in those caricatures, because there are older ones that are from like the 19th century and stuff where he pretty much is just like a dude.
Well,
See,
yeah.
I think we might be approaching it from two different angles because I'm approaching it from the media and propaganda angle,
Yeah.
and you're from the more historical context. So that makes
Exactly.
sense.
Yes.
He's
He's a
just
dude. He's
a
a
dude.
guy.
I mean,
That's why I thought Tavern Brawler, because he's just a guy that punches people.
Yeah, but then in that case, every person ever is pretty much just a dude. It's much more fun to pretend one of them is a somehow fantasy magical dude. And he don't
No.
wear no armor.
Impossible.
What?
No one's allowed to be unique ever.
Oh man.
You can't have
Um,
fun.
But I actually thought immediately when I was thinking about this, putting this list up, I was like, oh, he's definitely Oath of the Crown Paladin for sure. But I think you two are gonna say that right off the bat, so I'm gonna say Bard instead. But then Jordan said Bard and you said Fighter. So no, no, I definitely think he's actually an Oath of the Crown Paladin because he is charismatic and he serves you know,
I can agree with Oath of
the
the
US
Crown Paladin. Yeah.
government.
I'm still sticking to Bard. Those USO shows, that's
not?
got Bard written all over it.
Maybe both. Bardadin?
Multi-class.
Hate Bardadins. Oh my
You can
god,
just say
sorry.
TJ. It's okay.
Yeah, I hope TJ doesn't watch this episode. He's gonna get his feelings
I
hurt.
hate them because of Finral. That's actually the reason. Because they are annoying.
Spell slot stuff do get kind of broken. But enough about Uncle Sam. He is also an American only hero. So we'll move on to more international mascots like we were with the Bilby. So I want to do Halloween because Halloween is probably the next biggest holiday that like everybody knows about. But there's not really a unified mascot for Halloween so much.
Headless Horseman.
I was thinking the Great Pumpkin.
I love the Great Pumpkin. Yeah, let's go with Great Pumpkin.
I
Okay.
was thinking Headless Horseman.
We
That's
can do
my
a
go-to
few
for
because there's
Halloween.
so many.
there's
There's all
multiple
of
for
them.
Halloween.
Well, because I mean, you just kind of have
And
generic
also,
symbols.
do we have to do
Yeah.
like named ones or can we do concepts as well?
That's I
We
was
can
saying like
do-
witch, ghost, cat. Like
We
that's
should do everything. But let's make sure we get one that's classable. Whenever Halloween spooky month comes along, we'll do maybe we'll do a whole month making stat blocks out of Halloween creatures or
I think that
ideas.
we should do slasher movie stat blocks.
That's true. That works too. It can be all stat blocks
Ooh.
month where we just make
Yup.
stat blocks of horror stuff.
And gives us
Um,
excuses to watch slasher movies. So
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, now I just talked myself into having to watch slasher movies. Fuck.
When the trap backfires, when the egg spell miscasts.
yeah.
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 So, okay, so we're starting with the Great Pumpkin, and then we'll do Headless
Mhm.
Horseman. We could do them both and just put one on top of the head, but
That would
No.
make sense. They're separate entities, but they work together.
So the Great Pumpkin is just a big pumpkin.
Yes.
I think honestly, it's not a class. I
You don't?
think it's a warlock patron.
I would agree with that.
Whoa!
That means that Linus Van Pelt is a
Li-
warlock of the Great
Linus is
Pumpkin.
a warlock from the Peanuts.
The
Dang.
great that's a warlock subclass is the
Wait.
Great Pumpkin.
Is it a patron or is it just a deity and Linus is a cleric?
Linus is a cleric. Oh, that would make sense. That would be
Because think
funny.
about how he talked about him. Like, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
And
like,
he was
it's-
trying to convert Sally.
he was.
It's a great old one.
Oh my
Warlock.
gosh, a goo warlock.
That's why it's called the Great Pumpkin.
There you go.
It's
But
so
yeah, like I mean,
funny.
warlock gods can also just be gods as well.
Mhm.
There's,
True.
I think many people are like, no, they can't cross over. Warlock gods are supposed to be weak and stinky, and people don't
Yeah.
worship them. But that doesn't really have to be the case. It's just more like a direct relationship with warlocks, whereas
That's
it's more
true.
of a with warlocks, it's more like a
Sugar
boss
baby?
and an employee, or that. Whereas with clerics, it's literally religion.
Actually, I would argue that clerics. See, that's the thing. Sugar baby is the stereotype for warlocks. I would argue that clerics are actually the sugar babies because clerics get better benefits for doing less shit.
Oh, it's just okay. I was wondering. The Great
But, like-
Pumpkin.
Oh, go ahead.
What? I was thinking about the Great Pumpkin, and I know there's a lot of overlap between the patrons for the Great Old One and also the Fathomless. Although the Fathomless is more like ancient krakens and water elemental stuff. But imagine if you had the Great Pumpkin as your Fathomless patron, because one of its class abilities is you can summon a tentacle up from the ground and use it across the battlefield.
It's pumpkin vines.
It's roots and vines.
Well, that fits with pumpkin because that's the thing. Pumpkins are notoriously insanely difficult plants to kill.
Yeah.
Like they don't. You will draw. Like that's why people like smash pumpkins in your yard. It's a really
Yeah.
bad thing. Same thing with like thyme and mint. Is that like they grow like fucking weeds and you can't get rid of them. That's smart. I like that.
Imagine like someone's like, oh, this guy is just gonna summon a tentacle. Well, I have resistance to cold damage. MF brings out a vine of a pumpkin, and then it starts doing like, I don't know, piercing damage or plant damage. That's not a
green
thing.
damage.
Yeah.
No, you would do piercing damage because I think I might be mistaken. I
Are
think
pumpkins
some
thorny?
pumpkins have like it's not spikes. It's like they have little hairs that get
Little
stuck in the.
spines.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
it when plants are like that. Because
Yeah.
those are the ones that
They're
you're like,
fuzzy.
oh, there's
Mhm.
no
It
thorns.
can do
It's
poison
not
damage.
gonna hurt me. And then you grab it and you're like,
Oh, yeah. So
and
the
then
great,
then it what's it called? What's the stuff you put in your wall? Asbestos. It asbestoses you.
yeah, the great pumpkin. I want to be a fathomless patron. It doesn't have to only be that, but if I ever were to be a warlock for the great pumpkin, it would have to be as a fathomless. Honestly, there's an argument. It could be an undeath or undead patron.
That too.
Just for the
Rotting
Halloween
pumpkin.
flavor.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say doesn't really have much to do with what we were talking about anymore. It goes back to the warlock cleric difference debate. I was gonna
Mhm.
say, if we want to use a very popular, well-known in D&D circles example, Jester from Critical Role Campaign 2 was pretty much just a warlock.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was originally what Laura wanted to do was
yeah,
play a
she was
warlock, and
originally
then
gonna be a
Travis said,
warlock.
I also want to play a warlock. So she changed her class to a cleric, but the entire concept stayed exactly the same.
Mhm.
So she was just
Yeah.
the only cleric of this god.
Yeah. Presently, it seems like the big difference between a warlock and a cleric in RP in general, but not in all instances, is the willingness to proliferate. As a cleric, clerics are always like, yes, I have a god. This is my god. Would you like to learn more? Warlocks are always like, huh? No, I'm just like a spellcaster,
Yeah,
dude.
warlocks it's like a taboo relationship.
Yeah.
Clerics are like, yeah, no, I have a sugar daddy.
Yeah. So it's all a self-esteem issue, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Why clerics have a higher wisdom.
There you go. And that's why warlocks are edgy.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
Exactly.
We've boiled it down to its base level.
Yes, which is why whenever I play the Great Pumpkin Warlock Patron subclass, I'm gonna not tell people about it. But then when we make out with the Cleric Great Pumpkin Domain,
Linus, the pumpkin domain.
I'm going to turn everybody into a pumpkiner.
The Great Pumpkin.
Pumpkiner's not a very good name for that, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay, how about Pumper?
No.
I don't know. What do you call one then? Pumpkinite?
I like pumpkinite.
Pumpite?
No, I like pumpkinite.
Pumpkinite.
The pumpkinites. Oh, that's actually kind of a cool concept because it could be like it would be a group of knights that all dress up like the headless horseman.
I didn't even think
But they have
my
pumpkin helmets.
I love
It's
that.
it's like the Onion Knights from the Dark Souls, but they just have a pumpkin. That could actually be really cool.
I didn't even think about the wordplay there. That was an accident. Pumpkinite.
Is this how we get Levi to put the Great Pumpkin into Vivia 3? Can we
Not
have the Great Pumpkin in
but maybe the
Olympus?
Pumpkinites.
What about a
Maybe the
paladin
Pumpkinites.
subclass? What would their oath be to the Great Pumpkin? Oath of Conquest? I think Oath of Conquest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think Oath of Conquest?
Because of how pumpkins
Explain.
grow. They take over everything.
Why not then
Um,
like Oath of Ancients? Because the pumpkin is everlasting and forever and has always been and
Because
always
it's
will
not. Because it's seasonal.
See, now I need to make you guys watch Over the Garden Wall because there's an entire
yeah.
episode where like they go to this town and people wear the pumpkins on their heads. It's really fucking creepy and I love Over the Garden Wall. But like they all wear pumpkins and there's this gigantic pumpkin dude that is in charge of the entire town and he's a maypole with a pumpkin head on him. I love it so much.
Yeah, I can't pin down exactly what paladin oath they could be if not for that. I don't want them to be another Oath of the Crown.
Yeah, I know they'd probably be Conquest.
What was
Yeah, I
that
don't
one that you were before you were Oath of the Crown?
Watchers.
Watcher. Oh my gosh! Imagine.
They wouldn't be Watchers.
Imagine if they were.
Watcher pumpkins.
The last line of defense between mortal kind and the threats far beyond the Pumpkinites.
Pumpkinites.
Long have we waited in the shadows to reveal ourselves. The mortal realm is in peril. We must ride.
Which takes us to our next one. Let's go with the Headless Horseman
Woo!
from ye old Sleepy Hollow. with Ichabod Crane. Somehow we're back to being British again.
I do
Um,
the rest of the show in
he
British
is
accents.
either a. This is like the obvious one for me. He's either a cavalier fighter
Yeah.
or some kind of barbarian that just rides a horse. Because I always picture him as having an axe. But my first pick is cavalier fighter, easily.
Yeah.
I like
think
the
it was that.
Cavalier. Yeah.
That's the one that makes the most sense because he's on his horseback and he seems to do really well with it. He does got that like executioner thing where he straight up just one shot cuts your head off. So what if he's got like 3 levels fighter, cavalier, 17 rogue, assassin rogue?
With a Vorpal sword.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if it's the 3rd level fighter cavalier feature, but eventually you just get advantage by having your mount, so therefore sneak attack.
Oh my god!
Oh, that would
I
be
never knew
cool.
that.
I can't remember if it's your
Shiny.
3rd level feature, but I know it's in there.
Let me look.
You get
I'll look.
advantage when your mount's with you.
And then
Or
he's gotta
maybe-
be one of those undead races, like one of the undead player
Oh
races.
yeah, one of the Van Richten's new ones.
Mhm.
What was the zombie one?
I can't remember.
There's the Dampier, which is a vampire, and then there's the Hag one, Hex Blood, and the last one is like Re something, and it's the ghosty or zombie E one. I'm gonna check real quick because I know this. This is gonna kill me. I just literally talked with TJ about it the other day.
Why is D&D
You
Beyond
don't-
not working? What the hell?
Get advantage on attacks. You get advantage on saving throws when you are on your mount.
Also Reborn. It was Reborn naturally. Maybe it's just because you do still have a friendly creature, so it wouldn't be too hard to set
Yeah,
up
you do
advantage.
still technically have a friendly creature.
Yeah, I like that idea. Just executing people, riding up on them, and then the fighter levels just so we can have heavy armor because he don't need to sneak. Oh my gosh! When will the wizard stop being a coward and release the Dullahan race?
I honestly, I've wanted to play as a Dullahan like since forever.
It would be really cool.
I've always wanted to play as like a fighter Dullahan. I always thought that would be really cool.
Well, guys, just homebrew it, and then the next month it'll be in the next source book.
True.
Yeah,
That's right.
we can put it together like tonight after the podcast's done, and once Mordenkainen comes out, next source book, they'll be like, guys, guess what?
Yup.
Thing is,
We're doing a Sleepy Hollow.
spooky season is on the horizon. There has not been a new UA since like the astral elves and the plasmoids and the gifs. Don't you remember those?
You mean GIF?
Yeah, it's pronounced GIF. No.
It's both. Canonically,
Wait.
they wouldn't give an answer.
Oh, are you talking about the Gith Yankee and the Githzerai?
No, I'm talking about the hippo people.
Oh.
The gifs or gifs.
What?
What?
They're in UA.
No, I know
guys.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember this being their names.
Completely over my head.
Hippo people. They're from Magic, aren't they?
I think so.
No,
Yes.
probably.
A couple
Hippo
months ago.
people.
I think
Magic
it
the
was
Gathering.
6 months ago. Wizards announced a UA where they had a lot of new races, like the astral elf and the plasmoid.
Oh yeah, it's literally just spelled GIFF.
And then in the lore, when you read the race description, it said 2 tribes fight over the proper way to pronounce their name, either GIF or GIF.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But that was last UA. That was like 6 months ago. We haven't had a new UA since then. And usually we get a new UA like every 3 months at
Mhm.
worst. It's been 6 months. We're due. So if we make this Dullahan tonight, 10-1 odds tomorrow.
Speaking
new
it
UA
into
drops.
existence.
Dullahan drops.
There you go.
It would be the UA for a source book that'll probably come out in October.
God dang, we can't win with Wizards. They've got us like bugged. They know. They're probably writing it down right now.
We are the idea hive. They just listen in. Oh,
Oh, guys, they're starting to not like 5e as much anymore, and they want it revised to like make a better version that's closer to 3.5e. What should we do? Guys, we're releasing 5.5e.
Oh.
Or we treat it like the freckled hobo situation that happened last summer, but like actually Wizards hire us. Wizards hire us, please.
Oh,
That'd be sweet.
yeah.
I would cry.
If you do that, then we won't have to sue. I don't even know anybody named Sue, but I can be your Sue if you want. I don't know.
We can.
Wizards, please hire us.
Yeah, my name's Sue.
I'll change it just for you, Wizards.
So there's plenty more Halloween things we could talk about. Like, what's that one? I believe it's in somewhere. It's one of the Britain/Scotland/Ireland. One of those. There's
They
like
got
the
a lot
weird.
of those.
There's the weird deer skeleton head creature that goes around going spooky ooky.
They
I
got
can't
it.
remember.
Oh, are you talking? I think that's a Christmas one.
Is it a Christmas one?
There is this thing in Wales they have
Wales?
where like around Christmas time, like a horse, a skeletal horse will come to your house and ask you if it can sing for you.
Yes. Yeah,
And
it is
if it's-
Christmas.
And if you say no, it like robs your house.
Okay, but
and
why would
eats
you
all
say
your
no?
food.
Why would you say
Because
no? I
it's
want
a
a skeletal
skeleton horse.
It's pretty
It's
spooky.
a skeleton horse.
It's
Why would you say
it's-
no?
It's spelled the
But if
Merry
you say
Lid.
yes, yeah, if you say yes, it gives you like a bunch of gifts and stuff and like good fortune.
I
don't
wouldn't
know
even
how to
need the
pronounce
ulterior,
this.
like the other things. I want to hear skeleton horse sing.
I believe Salmonella did a video that had it in it.
It's pretty cool as well. It makes me think of that one SCP that you see in your dreams with all the long
Oh, yeah.
necks. Yeah, that's Christmas again. But there's plenty other Halloween things we could talk about, like Jack the Bone Man. But he's more of a Christmas, but is he a Halloween thing? He's both.
Oh, I think it's not that you have to like wait. I'm watching the video for context right now, and it's like you have to sing a song against the horse.
So it's like a devil went down to Georgia type deal.
Yes.
I would still karaoke duel a horse. Yep.
The Merry Lid went down to South Wales kind of deal. It did say on the Wikipedia article that was described as a wassailing folk thing.
Wassail
Yeah.
all over the town.
I mean, we can talk about the Tooth Fairy. I want to talk about the Tooth Fairy, even though it's not really a holiday, but still.
I think it counts as
Yeah.
if Rise of the Guardians counts the Tooth Fairy as a holiday mascot, we count the Tooth Fairy as a holiday
Yeah.
mascot.
Also, we forgot to mention, but just to raise the stakes for our viewers, because we know that they love raising those stakes.
We have stakes.
All of these builds are going to be our next character next time we play D&D.
That is not true.
Exactly,
Okay.
same backstory, same class and race and everything.
I'm
So
sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
can throw teeth at people.
Yeah,
I was looking into the Mare Luid, so I have all the context for it now.
great.
It shows up to your house and sings a verse in rhyme about why you should let it in. And then you have to sing back a verse in rhyme about why you don't want to let it in because it's an abomination. And this goes on until someone can't think of a rhyme. And if you win and it can't think of a rhyme, it leaves. And if you can't think of a rhyme, you have to let it in and it drinks all of your beer and raids your pantry.
See,
No, that's worth it.
I would
though.
just intentionally lose because I want to talk to the horse skeleton, Levi.
That's how it works.
Okay, College of Whispers board, maybe. But kind of a dropout of the College of Whispers, so that's why they just raid your pantry.
No, they're still attending the College of Whispers because only a poor college kid would drink all of
Yeah.
your beer and eat all of your food.
Yeah. But I want to talk about the Tooth Fairy because, like, that's
Sure.
kind of a weirdo, right?
Hmm.
Like, what's the deal with the teeth? What do you need them for?
I propose reverse Tooth Fairy. They take all your money and just leave a handful of teeth.
I like that idea. But so the Tooth Fairy comes in, takes your little kid teeth,
Hmm.
gives you some money, and dips. For what plausible reason? Spellcasting components? That's just a
Calcium.
rare oddity? I don't know if any lore is ever described why. Because this was, I don't want to break anybody's dreams here, but this is just parents being like, tooth. But
Well,
why?
okay,
Why would they do it?
They did invent Tooth Fairy lore during, again, Rise of the Guardians. That
Mm.
movie, if anyone's seen that, it's because teeth hold the memories of children. So, like, it protects the childhood innocence because it holds the childhood memories.
I don't know if that's better, dude. That's like Tasha. That's like Igwills right there. I just want some childhood memories to keep around,
No, they keep them for the children.
Oh, for the children. Won't somebody think of the Bilby?
How do you know that they keep them for the children, Jordan?
I mean, according to the movie, but the Tooth Fairy could have ulterior motives and sinister
What
motives.
if the movie is just Tooth Fairy propaganda?
They might be.
Whoa, back to Uncle Sam again.
The movie did say that the Easter Bunny was British, but we know that's not true because there's the Easter Bilby. So
Yeah.
not British, Australian. That's yeah.
See, I don't know. I'm definitely the oldest one here, but I watched a bit of Teen Titans Go when it was coming out because I loved Teen Titans when I was a kid. So I watched some of Teen Titans Go. I don't know if you guys did.
You went and saw the movie in
I've
theaters.
seen
No, I
very-
didn't.
Yeah,
I've-
you
I've seen
did.
very little, but I've seen some.
I
They
used to watch it
have-
with Taryn because Taryn liked it.
They have a representation of the Tooth Fairy in Teen Titans Go. It is not like the one from Rise of the Guardians at all. It's this weird gremlin creature that floats around, has this old woman witch kind of voice, like a hag voice, and gets all these children's teeth because they make for a great snack and just eats people's old teeth.
Calcium.
That
So I know it's gross and weird.
See, the issue that I have with that is, have you seen how children brush their teeth? Because it's disgusting.
that's
They
your
don't.
issue. That's your
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, just the germs, all the
Not the
germs.
Eating teeth part.
Calcium, Levi.
So what you're telling me right now, Jordan, is if I handed you a clean, pristine tooth and said, eat it, you would eat it and
She's
have
got-
no problem with it.
I'm questioning
your
whether to
problem-
keep committing to the bit.
Your problem is that it's not clean. So if it was clean,
Dude, she's got a bag right there. She's eating them right now.
Ugh.
I can't commit to the bit anymore. Although considering how many children swallow their teeth when they lose teeth on accident, I feel like it's not
Oh.
that far out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I'm one of those kids. I did that. Whoopsie. Only once, I think.
I never swallowed any of my baby teeth.
I don't think I
Well,
did.
it was because I was eating a box of white nerds when I lost my tooth.
Oh
so-
no!
I always got really paranoid whenever my tooth would start to get loose, so I always tried to make sure I knew exactly when it came out.
But with all that in consideration, what the heck is the Tooth Fairy's class? Race would be fairy, probably, since that's a thing now as well.
Mhm. Do we want to go
It's-
playable character, or do you want to do like D&D monster? Because I can see the logic for a pretty terrifying fucking tooth monster.
I think it could be both.
The Tonster.
Well, no, because it's like I feel like it could be like a thing like the Intellective Hour, where on the surface it's like, okay, it's a brain, but
Yeah.
like it's trying to climb in your mouth so that it's terrifying.
Oh, I
that
hate
sounds
that.
amazing.
I really hate that. Yeah,
You're
that's
welcome.
horrible.
So we'll revisit that for Spooky Month then.
I'm just giving Pertuzit more ideas to torture us within Olympus.
Oh my god, that's awful.
It rides on a chariot of tonsils.
I hate that.
That's
Thanks
just
for the
like,
inspiration, Jordan.
without a mouth, that's just like fleshy orbs.
Yes.
Yeah. Ugh.
So enough about the Tooth Fairy. I think we're getting pretty close to our time. Believe it or not, it doesn't feel
Are
like we've
we?
been talking that long.
We
I think
are?
so. I think so. So
Dang.
are there any other major holiday players? There's St. Patrick from St. Patrick's Day or leprechauns, but I think leprechauns are I think they might exist in D&D.
I think they do. That sounds right.
Leprechaun.
He's going. If not, I
trying
feel
to
like that's
think.
really just like a race or just like a culture of gnomes or halflings
Wilderness
subrace.
encounters.
I don't know. Do we have any mascots for Mother's Day? Like,
So there's,
Oh,
not,
wait,
there's
no,
not
we-
like a
we
there's
do.
not like a there's not like a stat block for leprechauns, but they do exist in world because there's like encounters on tables that are like leprechauns come and steal shit from you, like the little rascals they are.
Oh,
It
So a
does
bunch of
say
little
use
rogues.
Volo's guides quickling stat block for them.
okay. So they kind of already exist in D&D.
and then thanks to Junji too, we do have a mascot for Mother's Day.
Now, what about Tom Turkey for Thanksgiving?
Tom Turkey? I don't
That's his name.
think his name's Turkey Tom.
What?
Okay, the only thing that I can think of since we're talking about the turkey is the scene from Adam's Family Values where
Mhm.
Pugsley comes out because Pugsley plays the turkey in the Thanksgiving pageant that they put on during the middle of the summer because
Mhm.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
And so he comes out and he's the turkey and he's dressed in the turkey costume and the children eat a song called Eat Me where they talk about how they should kill them and eat them because they're turkeys. And and then Pugsley comes up to the front of the stage and goes, "I am a turkey. Kill me."
Oh, I like the idea of making a heart. Okay. Terraria has done quite a lot of these holiday events where they've monsterified classic holiday mascots. I can't remember if they've done Thanksgiving or not, but I know somewhere I've seen somebody made this strange eldritch turkey for Thanksgiving. I'll
To be
just see if
fair,
I can find
turkeys are already
that.
eldritch beings.
Yeah, you see that little thing they got on their neck?
Oh boy, a toy.
I have also denied the existence of turkeys in my homebrew world, so
I forgot.
Oh
about
yeah, I
right.
forgot about that.
I forgot about it until just now because no one's asked about it since
The
our mutual
Kurter.
friend. Yeah.
Somebody wanted turkey legs in Olympus, the campaign that we're playing right now, and Pertuzit would not give him turkey legs. So there is some other bird leg substitute. Didn't we have like a giant bag of them at one point?
Yeah, his character still does, yeah.
Wherever he is.
Yeah, he's got a bag of colding of Kurter legs pretty much, but it's like an actual, I don't know what you call them, one of those freezers.
I think you made
it's
it
a
look like a
box.
cooler.
Yeah, cooler.
Because he kept saying cooler. He said he wanted a cooler.
Yeah. But it's pretty much a bag of colding is what it is. I don't know if there's any other one that's like got like a mascot.
Valentine's Day?
Cupid, bro, did my boy dirty.
Why?
That's
I'm
Cupid.
gonna have to listen to that when I go back to edit this episode.
That's
Twice.
Cupid. That is Cupid. That's Cupid right there.
Okay. Cupid is a fighter.
Elaborate.
Arcane archer.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Give him a longbow and some magical shots. I don't know if there's a charm shot for Arcane Archer. I don't believe there is.
I'm still laughing at the burp.
But then you would have to have a couple levels in Artificer so that you could get those love arrows.
That's true.
Artificer, or you could just have like, because we don't technically know if Cupid makes those himself.
Maybe it's part of the weapon.
He could outsource them. Someone else could give them to him.
Santa.
Yeah. So, yes.
We've been thinking about this the wrong way.
What?
All of these mascots are one adventuring party. Together.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now it really is the Rise of the Guardians
There
episode.
you go.
So,
Santa supplies Cupid with the love arrows.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it all fits perfectly. But what race is Cupid? Fairy?
Hobbit.
Would he need to be, or since you've got Santa supplying him magic items, would he need to be able to fly? Or would he have something to make
He's
him
a
fly?
halfling that has like something that lets him fly.
Doesn't the Artificer have one of those infusions? It's like the boots that make you fly a little bit.
I think so.
I think so.
There you go. But it's a backpack instead.
And then Santa's the Artificer. And then the Easter Bunny is
Ranger Rogue.
Not Druid Ranger, Ranger Rogue. Wasn't there another one with a bow? There was someone else with a bow. Wasn't there?
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't remember who.
No, we didn't do God.
That's later. Biblical characters is a D&D build. No.
No. Guys, I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm stopping myself before I get ahead.
I don't know. We had Uncle Sam.
Who's the bard?
Yeah, some kind of charisma thing.
Oh no, he's a paladin bard.
Yeah.
That's what we decided. He's
Bardadin, that's right.
The bird.
No, Taryn's the bird.
D.
D, you bird.
D from Elden Ring?
Yeah.
My favorite NPC.
No, the D in the word Elden from Elden
Ring.
Bird.
So then all the ones that are more monstrous are the ones that they're fighting against, these guardians. So they're gonna fight against we forgot about the Headless Horseman with his cavalier. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
We got the Headless Horseman. We got I almost did it again. We've got, was it one of the Halloween ones was the one with the bow and arrow? Who was the other? No, we did the Great Pumpkin. And he's the patron.
Yeah.
The Warlock patron.
He's the patron of the Headless Horseman.
But he don't got no Warlock levels.
Well, no, not like Warlock. He's like, because if we're talking about the Headless Horseman being undead, he's the entity that brought the Headless Horseman back to life. And that's why he wears a pumpkin on his head.
He's the race patron, pretty much.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's
What?
a thing.
But something brought him back to life to make him
Yeah.
a reborn.
Yeah.
The Pumpkinite.
The
Pumpkinite.
Pumpkinite.
So
He is
that's
the
the Headless Horseman
Pumpkinite.
is the first of the Pumpkinites.
If that's the case, I think he's gotta be Fighter 3 Rogue 17, because then you got the Arcane Archer Cupid that's all fighter. Unless we just want a bunch of fighters. That could be good too.
And then I feel like missing
Oh.
someone.
Labor Day. Every single commoner.
That's where you get the peasant cannon.
The peasant cannon.
It doesn't look like we're going to win this fight. We'll have to unveil our ultimate weapon.
Labor Day.
Labor Day. It's like Independence Day, but
The
different.
workers of the world.
Although, okay, I've seen, this is a little bit off topic. I've seen the funniest workaround for the peasant cannon is like, yes, it does reach like Mach 3 going that fast, but it's also a rock, so it does a d6 damage.
Or the last peasant has to make the attack roll, so they have like a +0 to hit or something like
A
that.
-3 because of
I thought
famine.
it was going to be like, yes, it's going at Mach 3, which also means the peasants that are like by this Mach 3 object moving just get like wind burst
Eviscerated.
and eviscerated by it as it goes by. Yeah.
That sounds like a
Can't
great.
do the peasant cannon once.
Never
That's-
again, because you get arrested immediately after for war crimes.
That's a 9th level necromancer spell right there. Oh, New Year's! I just broke my whole PC almost. I almost knocked it all off the table because I kicked the table. New Year's, Father Time,
Oh, true.
Chronergy Wizard.
Or if you go, well, that actually makes sense because there's you've seen the Rudolph New Year's stop motion cartoon
Yeah.
with the baby time and
Yeah.
the vulture.
Oh, yes, I have seen that. Wow. I was thinking about the things you were saying, and I was like, baby time, vulture. And then
Baby
I was like,
time.
I have seen this.
Yeah. It's a vulture named Eon who's gonna die if the baby reaches his rightful place.
Psycho Mantis.
Psycho Mantis.
It
That's
really
exactly
does
it.
sound wacko if you say it like I'm saying it.
Well, we can have Father Time, the Chronergy Wizard, and then you can have the New Year baby, I guess. I don't know. New baby time. I don't know what you want to call it.
Baby New Year, that's his name.
Baby
That's
New
the
Year.
party
Whoops.
name. New baby time.
Baby New Year, and people make fun of him because his ears are weird.
I remember that. Yeah.
He wears a
Um,
hat.
Baby New Year is Clockwork Soul Sorcerer.
I love it.
I was just gonna say, just to surprise people, he's just a barbarian, and he's also a giant baby. He's not like a normal sized baby. He's a really big baby.
And that's not even that's his race, is really big baby. That's
Stat block making time. Stat block making time.
He
I don't
is a
wanna make
baby
this
for
one.
he is a baby for his race. Wait until he gets older.
Baby New Year, the
No,
race.
I think it would be better if it was just a Clockwork Soul Sorcerer and it's just a human baby.
That happened to be a giant.
No, not even. He's not a big baby. He's like a below average size human baby.
Oh, you're talking. So it'll be like some 10-pound, less than 1-year-old baby.
Yes, that has access to immense power.
That does sound hilarious. Imagine one of us playing that one of these days. The
It
RP
sounds like
potential.
a Terran character.
It does. Goo goo gaga. It's like Squiggles. It's just like Squiggles.
That is the kind of shit that Terran would try to pull. No, but guys, he can still drink because mentally he's 47.
Oh no.
He's like Benjamin Button. He's not
Guys,
actually a
she's
baby. He just
12,
looks
but
like a
for
baby.
my race, she's really an adult.
But she's
Even
an
though
impressionable
Levi
child.
has specified that they don't die at 30 in this world, they die at roughly 60, which means that she's probably not an adult. I'm gonna keep saying that she is so that it's not weird.
Yeah. Then you have the weird one with My World with the elves where they age their ages in threes, but their maturity is also in threes. So it's like one of those memes. Player says they're dating an elf. Happy Incredible, Mr. Incredible's face. DM reveals that a 30-year-old elf means that they're a 10-year-old maturity-wise and otherwise.
Oh god,
Oh,
so
no.
wait, so if you divide by so 90, wait. How
It's,
many
it's
is 10?
threes.
It's threes.
I
So
can't count.
3 goes into 30 10 times, 3 goes into 90.
So you would have to be
I'm
roughly
dumb.
60 to be 20 years old.
Yes.
Oh, 30. 90 is 30.
Yes.
That was a major brain fart moment for me. I couldn't do math for a second.
I can never do math.
Wow.
So let's recount our cool new Rise of the Guardians adventuring party one last time for signing off for this episode. So we got let's go in order of the calendar. We got Baby New Year, Clockwork Soul Sorcerer. I'm imagining
Literal child.
Jordan's editing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate theme.
That's what I was thinking
right now.
too.
If we can get the rights to it.
I'm not sure if you can or not.
No, Nintendo would
Nintendo
kill
does
us.
hate that. Yeah. Get a kazoo cover. Taryn will do it.
I can just do the kazoo cover. Yeah, we can get Taryn to do it. It'll be fine.
Baby New Year. I don't know. Goo Goo's onto the Gaga. Next, I think would be Cupid. What would his little tagline be? You'll love me.
Can
Aiming
Groundhog?
for love.
Can Punxsutawney Phil be the animal companion of Baby New Year?
Who? What?
I think of the whole
The
party.
groundhog.
I think that what's his first one? How do you pronounce his first name or whatever it is?
Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney. I think Punxsutawney Phil should be the horse to their carriage. He's like an oversized groundhog.
He's a gigantic groundhog. That works.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you have what's
Just a
next?
capybara.
It's just a capybara. Then you have the Easter Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Egg.
Egg!
Next up, Uncle Sam.
Palabard.
We want you.
No, Uncle Sam.
That's how they get the people for their peasant cannon.
He's Palabard, Uncle Sam, in God we trust.
Yeah. Palabar. Then next is Halloween. So Headless Horseman.
Headless Horseman, the great pumpkins in the background behind him.
Yep.
Yeah. Or the Pumpkin Knights.
The Night of the Pumpkinites.
Yeah.
Night, N-I-G-H-T, the Night of the Pumpkinites.
And then next and last one is Santa Claus the Artificer. Ho ho, how you like my gun?
With his army of
Ho ho,
homunculus.
homunculus.
Yeah. Go! It's like Go Go Gadget, but instead it's ho ho homunculus.
Homunculus.
And then lastly is Father Time, the Wizard of Chronergy.
And I would say Santa uses the homunculus, the elves, as improvised weapons.
He makes them use each other as improvised weapons. Dun, 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 dun.
I think that's all the damage we can do.
You just made that.
Hi, this is Jordan from Nat One Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode you just listened to, and we hope that you come back for more soon. If you'd like to keep up with the zany shenanigans of our lives and the different things that we do, you can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, Castbox, and Anchor. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And hey, thanks.